Hello everybody, my name is Mitch and today we are going over full card fight predictions for Strickland versus Hall. If you're new here, we go over the picks first and then we will talk about the reasons after. So let's go ahead and get started. Ryan Benoit, Nico Montano, Hyun Kang, Manur Lazes, Ginyu Frey, Cheyenne Orion Koshi, Melky, Bagdasarian, Brian Barberina, Rafael Garcia, Choi, and Sean Strickland. Those are my picks. Here are the reasons why. Alright, here are the odds. I guess I should move out of the way. I will scroll down, take a picture. There's the odds. Ryan Benoit versus Zaruk Adeshev. I feel like I've talked about this fight before. In fact, I know I have. It's been rescheduled a few times. Ryan Benoit has not looked good as of late, although he is proven to be able to compete at the UFC level, a high level. On the other end, we have Zaruk. His only wins in his career consist of fighters whose win-loss ratio make up 4 and 8. So out of these three fighters, they are 4 and 8. I feel like Benoit just has more experience and should be able to win this one. I'm going with Benoit. Nico Montano versus Yanan Wu. For Nico's side of things, she hasn't been very active as of late. We see all of these cancellations. One fight in 2019 and then no fights since 2017 before that. However, I do feel like she should be able to press Yanan up against the cage, apply pressure for at least 2 out of 3 rounds to get a decision. I'm going with Nico Montano. Kang versus Ronnie. I feel like they have similar styles in that they kind of apply pressure, try to get close, and get submissions. We see some submissions on Kang's side of things. On the other side, we also see some submissions here. I do feel like that grapple aspect may cancel out here, in which I do like Kang's stand-up a little more. I am going with Kang with this one. Mounir Lazes versus Nicholas Stolze. For Mounir Lazes' last fight, he has a tough clinch battle with Warlley Alves and eventually just gets overwhelmed with, I think it was body kicks that led to ground and pound here. On the other end, we have Nicholas Stolze. He just looked generally gun shy in his last bout. I don't think he's going to be able to overwhelm Lazes the way that Alves was able to, and with that I think Mounir Lazes is going to be able to pick him apart on the feet and get going with his striking. I'm going with Mounir. Ashley Yoder versus Ginyu Frey. I gotta say, I'm not excited about this one. In Ashley Yoder's last fight, she got dominated by Angela Hill. She did spend some time on her back, I noticed. And for Ginyu Frey's last fight, she won a decision against Gloria de Paula. She spent some time on top with Gloria on her back. I'm going to use that logic there and go with Ginyu Frey with this one. Again, I'm not really looking forward to this fight, but maybe it will surprise me. Gloria de Paula versus Cheyenne Buys. For Cheyenne Buys, on her last fight, she loses to Montserrat Ruiz. She pretty much just gets her neck held and laid on the ground the whole fight. Gloria de Paula, she loses a fight to Ginyu Frey, who we just talked about. I don't think that Gloria is going to come with the same weapons against Cheyenne and be able to just hold her down. And with that, I do like Cheyenne Buys' stand-up. In this one, I'm going with Cheyenne Buys. Orion Koshi versus Phillip Rowe. Orion Koshi is 7-0 in his professional career. He's making his UFC debut, and he has 7 finishes in his professional career as well. It is no offense to Phillip Rowe or no disrespect. I just feel like Koshi is going to be able to continue his tear. Most recently, we have him losing to Gabe Green in MMA. I do think that Koshi will be able to get this done. Let's see if he continues his winning streak and his streak of getting his opponents out of there. Colin Anglin versus Melky Bagdasarian. For these fighters are kind of similar. They each have one loss in their professional career. They generally get their opponents out of there, and they are making their UFC debut after showing up on the Contender Series. Here on the other side, we have Melky here, winning on the Contender Series and now making his debut, getting his opponents out of there. Weird resume on his side. We have 14 seconds, 32 seconds, 9 seconds, 7 seconds. Like, these are ridiculously suspect matches, if I'm being honest. At any rate, I am going to go with Melky. I just watched both of their Contender Series matches, and Melky looked a lot more confident and sure of himself, just moving forward, trying to impose his will. I'm going with Melky with this one. Bryan Barberena versus Jason Witt. Bryan Barberena has earned his stripes in the UFC, in my opinion. We see wars with Randy Brown, Vicente Luque, Leon Edwards, Colby Covington. He has shown his ability to keep a high pace and stay within the fight. On the other end, we have Jason Witt. He is currently 1-2 in the UFC. I'm going with Bryan Barberena. Chris Gruetzemacher versus Rafael Garcia. It's not looking great for Chris. He is 35 years old and currently has won 2 in his last 6 fights. On the other end, we have Rafael Garcia. Although he did lose his UFC debut to Nasrat Haqparast, that was his first loss, I still like him in this fight. I like him to move forward and impose his will on Chris. I'm going with Rafael Garcia in this one. I expect a lot of pressure. Doo-Ho Choi versus Danny Chavez. Doo-Ho Choi I do like in this fight. If he can help from getting rocked, if he can avoid getting rocked, that is, I think he can win this fight. We see he loses to Jeremy Stephens and Charles Jourdain in the second round each. He does get caught in both of those fights. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, and he actually hasn't won a fight in over 5 years. On the other end, we have Danny Chavez. He's a lot more active. I feel like his stand-up is a little less technical and a little more sloppy. He does have a 3-inch reach disadvantage. I do think that Choi should be able to win this fight again if he does not get caught and knocked out. Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland. Uriah Hall appears to be over his prime at the age of 36, and his resume just is not quite as strong. Chris Weidman with the freak leg accident. Anderson Silva toward the end of his UFC career. We have a split decision over Antonio Carlos Jr., who has a set of back-to-back losses on his end, and then a win over Bevan Lewis here. On the other end, we have Sean Strickland. He's got an impressive win streak going on his end, most recently beating Krzysztof Joko, and an impressive win over Brendan Allen as well. Sean Strickland always brings the fight. I think he should be able to piece Uriah Hall up, standing, kind of doing whatever he wants. I feel like this may be quite a one-sided fight, actually. I'm going with Sean Strickland. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment and let me know how you think these fights are going to go down. Subscribe for more videos like this, but that's it from me for today. I will see you guys all Saturday. Peace.